The Pixel 8 is Google's latest and greatest, and I'm sure anyone who wants to get this phone, who has this phone on their radars, must want to get it for its cameras. But let's suppose if you're looking for a high-end flagship smartphone with super performance and efficiency, in that case, should you consider buying the Pixel 8? Well, that's what we are here to find out, because in this video, we put the Pixel 8 against the OnePlus 11 to find out which among these two phones is the best when it comes to performance and efficiency. First up, the key specs of both phones on your screens, and of course, despite being smaller in size, having less RAM, a smaller battery and one less camera at the rear, the Pixel 8 is significantly more costlier than the OnePlus 11. In fact, these days in the sale, the base variant of the OnePlus 11 is selling for about 50,000 rupees, which makes it the best deal you can get on any flagship smartphone on the market right now. So does the OnePlus 11 with its pure performance and a relatively affordable price tag give you more value, or is the Pixel 8 worth the extra cash? Well, hello everyone, Aman here for Fiiber by India today, and before we go any further in this battery drain test comparison between the Pixel 8 and OnePlus 11, consider hitting that red subscribe button for detailed tech videos, and also turn on the bell so that you don't miss any of our latest updates. With that said, let's get started. As always, we start off the video by booting both devices, and the Pixel 8 surely boots up much faster than the OnePlus 11. So for this test, we have set the display and audio levels at 50%. Vivid color profiles are set on both. I have enabled 120Hz, and of course, both phones are connected to the same Wi-Fi network and they are 100% charged. So we start off with the 2-hour YouTube video playback, and side by side, if we compare the display quality of both phones here, honestly, there's not much of a difference here, as both panels exhibit really nice looking colors with punchy contrast. Of course, both support HDR10+ video playback, so no complaints there as well. Now, the Pixel 8 does have the advantage of higher peak brightness of 2000 nits versus the 1300 nits peak brightness of the OnePlus 11. Now, indoors, as seen in this video, both phones are well apt, but outdoors, the extra brightness does give the Pixel 8 an advantage. Not that the OnePlus 11 is dim, in fact 1300 nits is pretty good, but Pixel 8 in comparison is bright. But then again, if you're someone who uses their phone mostly indoors and with the advantage of the bigger canvas and aesthetically also the curved panel versus the flat panel, I think the OnePlus 11 would be a better choice here. For me personally, the bigger size of the OnePlus 11's panel is straight away a winning point over the Pixel 8's smaller 6.2-inch screen. Rest, you guys also let me know your thoughts about the displays of both phones. For now, we are done with the 2-hour YouTube video playback round and a neck-to-neck performance here, guys. Both the phones are at the same level right now. 91% battery on the Pixel 8, 91% battery on the OnePlus 11. However, one thing is definitely true, that the OnePlus 11 definitely drained more juice in the video playback round. Let's move on to the next one. Okay, on to the video recording round. I will now record 1080p 60fps videos from both phones, and while the devices are at it, a quick look at the camera specifications. So the Pixel 8 has a dual rear camera system comprising a 50 megapixel primary rear camera with OIS, coupled with a 12 megapixel ultra-wide camera and a 10.5 megapixel selfie snapper. For videos, both the front and rear cameras support up to 4K 60fps recording. On the other hand, the OnePlus 11 also features a 50 megapixel primary rear camera with OIS, coupled with a 48 megapixel ultra-wide angle camera, a 32 megapixel telephoto camera and a 16 megapixel selfie snapper. For videos, the rear camera supports up to 4K 60fps recording, while the front supports only up to 1080p 30fps recording. Now, here are some of the comparison photos of both the Pixel 8 and OnePlus 11 on your screens. Now, to know in depth about the camera performance of both phones, be sure to check out the individual reviews. But if you ask my opinion in one line, I think both phones are superb when it comes to clicking still photos. Pixel does have the edge though, but when it comes to video recording, this could be a hot take on the matter, but I feel the OnePlus 11 does the video recording better than the Pixel 8. However, 4K videos on the OnePlus 11's front camera is surely a huge miss. I think it should definitely be offering 4K video on the front camera like the other flagships do. But anyway, we are done with 3 hours into the battery drain test video, and right now the OnePlus 11 is finally in the lead with a 71% battery on the OnePlus 11, and the Pixel 8 is currently left with 68% battery. Okay, time for the round where the OnePlus 11 usually dominates with the scores but drains a lot of battery as seen in previous videos. So let's see how the Pixel 8 compares in benchmarks. But first, the specs. So the Pixel 8 is powered by the Tensor G3 chip coupled with 8GB LPDDR5 RAM and a choice of either 128GB or 256GB of UFS 3.1 storage. On the other hand, the OnePlus 11 is powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 chip coupled with up to faster 12GB LPDDR5X RAM and up to 256GB faster UFS 4.0 storage. And as expected, in Geekbench 6, the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 simply blazes past the Tensor G3 with an almost 90% higher score in single core performance and almost 75% higher score in multi-core performance. Even in Antutu, while the Pixel 8 is a flagship phone with the Tensor G3 being a flagship chipset, the scores are mediocre at best when compared to the mighty numbers posted by the OnePlus 11. 3D Mark Extreme Wildlife Stress Test also suggests that while in terms of stability, yes, the Pixel 8 scores 80% versus 68% on the OnePlus 11. When it comes to rendering better graphics over long sessions of gaming, it is the OnePlus 11 that again has the upper hand over the Pixel 8 by a huge margin. Finally, in the CPU throttle test too, after 3 different benchmarking tortures, the Pixel 8 throttled badly with an average GIPS of only 208,000 with a 67% score, which is more in line with the scores of mid-range phones rather than on par with a flagship phone like the OnePlus 11. Now here's a breakdown of the benchmarks on your screens right now. You can pause and take a look. Now when it comes to the real world performance, the OnePlus 11 actually lives up to its benchmarking scores versus the Pixel 8, but more about this in a bit. For now, let's take a look at the battery statistics. And as I said, the OnePlus 11 drained its battery like crazy in the benchmarking round. So that the Pixel 8 has taken the lead with 43% battery left, while the OnePlus 11 is now trailing behind with 35% battery left in the tank. Anyway, going ahead and yes, keeping apart the battery drainage during benchmarking, the OnePlus 11 actually turns out to be better in terms of efficiency as well as performance in the gaming round. So I am someone who loves playing Genshin Impact, and let me tell you, between these two phones, the OnePlus 11 can handle Genshin at 60 FPS and highest graphics, something that the Pixel 8 just can't. In fact, for an optimal performance, I have to run Genshin at low settings at 30 FPS on the Pixel 8. Even this game for that matter, Asphalt 9 on your screens, there's no settings that lets me enable 60 FPS or high graphics on the Pixel 8. So in a nutshell, when it comes to gaming, in terms of performance and battery drainage, the OnePlus 11 is definitely the better phone here. And with the gaming round done and 5 hours gone into the test, the OnePlus 11 has slightly closed the gap right now, but the Pixel 8 is still in the lead with a 24% battery left, while the OnePlus 11 is still trailing with a 20% battery left in the tank. So this round will be a close one as we are in the social media round for the last hour. And without keeping you waiting for the last minute, let's fast forward to the end. And surprisingly, the OnePlus 11 takes the win here with 15% battery left, while the Pixel 8 finishes with 12% battery left at the end of 6 hours. Here's an hour-by-hour breakdown of the battery drain of both phones on your screens right now. So analyzing the results of the battery drain here and not including the benchmarking rounds, where the OnePlus 11's battery drained like crazy but performed superbly. In the video playback round and camera recording round, both phones had a back and forth performance, which means it can be any phone's game in terms of efficiency when it comes to playing videos or recording videos. However, when it comes to gaming and running Instagram, despite the 8 Gen 2 being a more powerful chip than the Tensor G3, it is surely the more efficient one also here. Overall, yes, the Pixel 8 did manage to drain less battery than the OnePlus 11. However, the extra 425 mAh battery on the OnePlus 11 does give it the added advantage of having the longer battery life. And so, at around 20,000 rupees less than the Pixel 8, there's no doubt the OnePlus 11 is the better pick over here when it comes to performance and efficiency. Rest, what do you guys think about this battery drain test comparison between the Pixel 8 and OnePlus 11? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Fiiber. I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you for watching.